So I think that movie was like Michael Bay light, and Sam is now in here looking for the cat. Welcome to the Transmit Podcast. I'm your host, Spike.
I'm Victor.
And we just saw, as per our promise, we saw Bad Boys for Life. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. So
did we see Bad Boys, enough Bad Boys for life? Like we had a lifetime supply of Bad Boys?
I think so, yeah. Like, well, they kind of left it open at the end. Like, you want to pay off your debt faster? And we'll pay off some of that debt now. I was like, well, I am because I'm in a prison cell, but I think you mean faster. But they kind of left it open like, oh, yeah, there could be more with these new characters. There won't be.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I know they set up for a... Shit.
They set it up for some shit.
I'm inebriated.
Yes, you are. I'm a little less so.
I'm trying to
like muscle through it.
Also, I'm eating yogurt, frozen yogurt, with peanuts in it.
Riveting.
And the peanuts, I have to make sure to chew them really well, or they'll get caught in my throat. So.
Okay. This is damned exciting stuff. Let me tell you.
Did you get the cricket?
No, that came with it.
Oh.
I think I have a couple that still come with this board. So I got this one. I've got... And I got crickets. The rest I actually, no, applause and laughter also came with it. I don't think I'm going to lose those. Because, you might say something funny like, Victor's face. Or you might say something like, I'm going to fight you. So something like that.
Okay.
So those last two will stay. The crickets and the harp, I'm going to figure out something else to do with. So,
what were we talking about in Bad Boys?
Oh my God. Okay, so basically,
the new characters. That's not happening. That's stupid.
Yeah, they are. They're
half the bad boys are bad girls, and there's not going to be a sequel or anything. You can't do an extended Bad Boys universe. You can't do a second generation of Bad Boys.
No, it really doesn't match.
It's not Fast and Furious.
It was weird because, they set up these kind of characters, and they do have just a little more personality than they would have if they weren't trying to set up a new one, but not enough to set up a new franchise, because they could kind of feel like, yeah, these guys, they can't carry a movie. They're all pretty, they're all kind of vapid. They don't have the charm, because Martin Lawrence is an established comedian, and Will Smith is an actor, rapper with a long career. I mean, of varying quality, but it's there.
Yeah, none of those characters would be able to carry a film franchise.
Yeah.
And prove me wrong, film world.
What's weird, because
I'm getting harsh today on these guys.
Jesus, you are. Wait here.
It sucked.
Whoa. Cast. I'm trying to see who was the original. The Bad Boys movie was supposed to be for somebody else, for two other characters. Let me see here.
Charlie Murphy and Eddie Murphy.
No.
Fuck.
Anyway, okay. You know what? The Bad Boys, the original character was Mike Lateral would be. See, it cuts out. The original cast was supposed to be Dana Carvey and John Lovitz. So this was supposed to be two white comedians. And I guess, they passed on it for whatever reason, and you got two different characters, and you can't write the same movie for Martin Lawrence and Will Smith that you can for Dana Carvey and Mike Lovitz.
Wow, there's a universe out there when it's Dana Carvey and John Lovitz.
Dana Carvey and John Lovitz. We're bad boys for life. We're ride or die.
I'm an officer of the law.
Oh, man.
That's the ticket.
Oh, man. So
Dana Carvey would be like, well, you're under arrest, dude.
Wait, who is Dana Carvey? I know the name.
Garth.
Oh my God. Yeah, he does a lot of impression. Yep. He has a good, the last comedy special I saw him in was good. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the movie. It opens up with what looks like a chase scene with some of the Michael Bay style.
Mm-hmm.
but it's just them going to like. I knew that it wasn't going to be them like because there's no like bad guys or shooting, so I knew they were going to the hospital. I knew it was like a birth or something. You know, it's the only thing that could logically be that important.
Yeah, it was a good chase scene. There's no like. I know Michael Bay is doing like lens flares and stuff now, so
Yeah, but
that was left out.
Yeah, because like Michael Bay isn't directing this one.
Yeah, they kept some of the feel.
Yeah, they endangered a lot of lives for no real reason. That baby was born and dry, and it's not even what Marcus's kid. It's his granddaughter.
Yeah, it's still important.
You don't need to endanger so many people's lives with that.
I know.
So they have their basic. After that, you know, they have a party thing, and Martin Lawrence is going to be retiring from the force, and Will Smith is like, no, we're still bad boys for life. And they, for some reason, they have to get into a foot race. Like Martin Lawrence, he looks chubby. He doesn't look as chubby as in the posters, but he's still kind of out of shape. Because, you know, Will Smith has been he was last in Gemini Man, so he's not going to pack on like 50 pounds after that.
My favorite line was like, I bet $50 someone pulls a hamstring.
Yeah, that was good.
The police chief.
Oh yeah, I'm betting on torn ACL. That was the best bit. Yeah.
Torn ACL.
So like they bet like, listen, if I win, you don't retire, and if you win, we both retire. Some bullshit like that. And Will Smith is killed by a woman who escaped from a Mexican prison with the help of her super badass son.
Yeah, the son is driving down the Miami Strip.
That we see a CVS on like twice.
Yeah. It's a very prominent CVS. You know, that's the CVS. That's like.
Oh yeah, that's a great CVS location. Let me tell you, it faces the water.
That's where they buy all like the Sudafed or whatever to make meth.
Yeah, no. You get that from like a CVS like way inland.
Okay.
That's a high end CVS where you get like the best condoms.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Don't degrade beachfront CVS.
Well, I know there's at least, you know, twice a week there's a guy like that goes in there shirtless and he's kind of crazy and he's missing some teeth.
Yeah.
You know, beach dude.
But there are cops always having a party there, so they always pick him up. See, there you go.
Anyway, Martin Lawrence gets shot up.
He does. No, not Martin Lawrence. Will Smith.
Will Smith gets shot up.
Yeah, by what we later find out is his son. It's not a big deal. No, I don't care honestly about that bit.
Spoiler
alert. Will Smith has a son. The weird thing is like they track the round and it's like only one gun uses the 5.7 subsonic ammunition. It's like you can't tell how fast it was going by looking at the round afterwards. For one, that's when you both looked at me. It's like, is that right? It's mostly right. There's more than one gun that uses a 5.7, but like they would have been able to look at the big ass gun. It looks bigger than the FN-57 pistol, so they would be able to tell that. But realistically, I don't know why he did it like single shot. It's like a 50 round magazine. You just open up on the guy. You don't need subsonic ammunition. You just dump 50 rounds into him and drive away.
But was he trying to kill him, or was he trying to?
It said like he's calling his mom. It's like, I said he dies last, and it's like he was like, you're not up here, you don't know. It's like, well, you didn't try to kill anyone else. What are you talking about?
I know. He wasn't doing shit. That was like his first thing that he did.
Yeah, he didn't even like. He then opened after he gets chewed out by his mom. He doesn't even look up. We find out he hadn't even looked up anyone else.
I know. Like after that, he's like, all right, I'll look them up.
Now I will begin. It's like,
I'll go on the internet.
Mom. And what follows is a series of hits with a sniper rifle. This is for some reason he had to kill Mike Lowry up close, but for everyone else, it's like, yeah, we'll snipe him. like all these former law people now suddenly are mega wealthy because they all have like really expensive suits or are living in mansions or like on a mega yacht.
Well, if you think about Bad Boys 1 and 2,
yeah.
And then maybe assume that there was like in universe a couple more big stories that happened.
Oh, so these
in the
people we've never heard of before.
Yeah, there's a couple of other big stories. So I guess these drug busts could be very lucrative, you know?
No, they're government employees. You don't get like a cut of the bust.
Yeah, they get a cut of the money.
Okay, in this alternate universe, they just get, okay, listen, we nabbed $50 million in drug money. Everyone gets $100,000.
can invest that $100,000 over the past.
And that's why Martin Lawrence is so angry, is because he's so frustrated. Like he has a nice house, but it's not like a nice house, you know. Like he's investing poorly every time. He's like investing in Enron every time. It's like, dude, that company went defunct. It's like, no, it's gonna come back. I'm investing more money. Anyway, so, and before that, like, he finds like his dad's like buried treasure money. They cut out the part where they go actually diving for it. He's almost betrayed by like the people who salvaged it for him, but he like proves his badassery by like knifing the guy with a gun to his face and then like cutting them all up. And he's like, "You all work for me now."
Oh yeah.
It's like, "How's your dental plan?" And then the guy, he comes up and like puts a gun under his neck. He's like, "Whoa, calm down." Like that's me saying I work for you.
Yeah.
It's like it's a jokey way of saying I work for you now. I'm interested in employment. It's like me saying like, "Hey, so what's your benefit package at this job here?" Fuck you. What?
I need to know if you're gonna be loyal.
I'm interested. You have to tell me more than just, am I loyal?
I know.
I don't know. Oh god.
That was.
It's one of those like It's one of those like, well, not really kind of Michael Bay, but really just poor screenwriting things where he needs someone to be like kind of unreasonable.
Who needs someone? Oh, the director.
The director, and then to show that the main villain is like badass.
Yeah, or like unhinged.
Unhinged, yeah. So he doesn't suffer fools. So basically, Mike Lowry, he gets shot. He's in a coma. He survives. That's why there's the rest of the movie. It's not a 10-minute long movie.
And while in a coma, Martin Lawrence's character paints on like some sort of Just for Men midnight cocoa bean.
For one, you don't paint that on. You dye the hair.
He was painting it on.
Oh, Jesus.
The midnight cocoa bean.
Yeah, because he was
Will Smith's graying
goatee.
Yeah,
he was joking with him. He's like, I know you're dyeing your goatee. He's like, I'm not. And then he's dyeing his gray goatee.
Yeah.
Because they're getting old. And they come to the
left.
Oh no, wrong one. Oh, they're getting old.
Yeah.
But so after he him like Martin Lawrence's kid and that kid we saw from the second movie, who is now a Marine, they're getting married. He gets up and Will Smith gets out of the wheelchair and does the speech. For some reason, It's not the father who does the speech at his daughter's wedding. It's the father's partner at work who gets up and like gives the and I don't know why that.
And like he's talking about a lot of stuff that like his character isn't supposed to have experience with. It's like, I know love is hard.
It's like, really?
I know having someone in your life could be a challenging road. It's like, shouldn't this be? This
should be Martin Lawrence.
Someone who's actually married.
He's married and has maintained a healthy relationship for many years. You're the rich guy who bangs hot chicks all the time. What are you talking about?
I know. It's like, what do you know? I guess they just wanted him to have like a
sweet
nice
moment.
line.
Yeah. Michael Bay's there. He calls out Will Smith. He doesn't direct the movie, but they call him in for like in the afternoon of filming. And he's shot, of course, like this shot comes up. They do the Michael Bay-ish like pan around.
The camera pans around Michael Bay about 6 times.
Yeah, while he says, "Okay, I'm looking for one Mike Lowry. Oh yeah, come on." And that it's like, I don't know, like you wouldn't do that with like Michael Bay would do that like a very important, like around the main character. He would like his voice would be in the background, and he would get up, and then it would like be a low angle shot while orbiting Will Smith.
Yeah.
But basically, Will Smith wants to get even with the person who shot him, who he doesn't know is his kid yet.
And then there's that he tries to. The next scene is they're in their house, right? And they're trying to recruit him.
All right, yeah, Martin Lawrence still lives at he may be broke, but he still like lives at a house that's way more expensive than he could live on a cop salary, right on the beach.
Yeah, I know.
2-story, continental style.
They pocketed some of that drug money. They're just.
I guess so. That's why they're bad boys for life. They've been embezzling police funds.
And I wonder how did they launder it? How did they clean it up?
Listen, they don't. No one cares. Like they're allowed.
They just bought their house in cash.
Yeah, they just bought a house with cash, and it's like, I just have a house now. They laundered. I don't know. I honestly have no clue.
Went up to the real estate agent.
Here,
Give him a suitcase. This is $800,000.
this is covered in cocaine dust and blood. It's like that looks like a human finger that got blown off by a bullet.
I'm Mike Lowry.
It's like, okay, here's a house. Just no one cares because they're allowed to just get into huge gunfights with other people's guns. Like okay, so let's
Then he tried.
look. So like, Will Smith's character, he starts doing his own investigation. He beats up he's not a rapper. He just gets people together.
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled, yeah, he's a hack.
Yeah, DJ Khaled has a pretty good cameo in this film.
Yeah, well, I liked it because he got his hand bashed in.
Yeah, I think if you don't like DJ Khaled, it's a really good scene. This is a really good anti-DJ Khaled scene.
Yeah, it's like every time I think like he got another finger crushed, I'm like, and another one, crush, and another one, crush,
and another one.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a good like GIF for me, maybe
Yeah. So apparently, yeah, there's only one guy who sells like 5.7 millimeter ammunition in the state, which is kind of weird because you can buy it at a gun store. It's not like this is weird, hard to find ammunition.
Well, I guess he's the only guy that sells it on the streets.
On the streets, what? It's not like they had a whole bunch of guns in Mexico and he had his own like sniper rifle that they didn't show him getting special bullets from.
Well, now that you're putting all these holes in the plot here, jeez. Taking the fun out of the movie.
It is stupid though. Listen, it's a Bad Boys movie.
The plot is not
important.
Well thought out either.
It's not for him. So he gets
it's the most basic plot.
He gets assigned to his own attempted murder investigation.
Then they're driving around in that Nissan, right? Is that the next scene?
Oh no, because first he attempts to bust the deal where the guy who sells those bullets is like trying to sell bullets. Will Smith is using his street smarts to see like the money bag's empty. It's gonna be a betrayal, and they're like, no, we have to catch him in the I don't know. Apparently, being caught with a whole bunch of illegal weapons and other people with illegal weapons isn't enough.
But before that, don't they get like?
No, this is after that.
Oh, it is?
So yeah, because he's on his own still. Martin Lawrence spends a lot of time just like lounging. I think that's how they got him to sign on for this movie despite being a little obese. He's like, listen, you get to spend half the movie just in a bathrobe in a recliner. And,
but it really wasn't half the movie. It was probably only like 1/16 of the movie.
Yeah, it felt like a lot more. So he tries to save the gun dealer so he could figure out, he could follow it to his murderer, his attempted murderer, but he gets exploded into a forklift and gets shivved through the back with the forklift fork.
I know. Then Will Smith's character is like, "Okay, I need you to tell me something. Who's this?"
It's like, no, get EMS in here. He's dead. It's like, no, get in here. It's like, dude, just shut up. And like, it's the same thing where he broke protocol. He's on an investigation he shouldn't be in, and all he gets is like, listen, he was gonna be dead anyway. Like, and so he's dead. Yeah. So we're at 0. Yeah. No consequences. Then he gets the call from Martin Lawrence that like some snitch they knew had some dealings with him. Mm-hmm. It's totally superfluous to the plot, except for the fact that they wanted to have Will Smith and this his son fight. So Martin Lawrence's car gets crushed by the guy getting thrown off a building.
Yeah,
and they kind of speed up him running like Will Smith running after his son. If you notice that, it looked unnaturally fast.
Yeah, well, maybe they sped it up a little bit, but maybe Will Smith has been working on his sprints.
Oh, maybe his 100-meter dash is like on point.
Yeah. Before that, he had to drop off the baby.
He had to drop off the baby, and they stop at like this crosswalk, and yeah, you saw like for some reason like beautiful women were walking by, and if Michael Bay had filmed this scene, it would be from the ass up.
Yeah.
You pointed this out. Like that is the most un-Michael Bay scene is. He's embarrassed to be seen in this like minivan, and there are beautiful women, and you don't see one butt cheek.
I know.
It's so weird.
It's waist up shots of women. That is pretty much a disgrace to the Bad Boys franchise.
To the Bad Boys art. And yes, it's if Michael Bay had shot it, it'd be like at a Dutch angle, like panning backwards as they talk, and you'd see butt cheeks of like 5 women. And then when they started to talk, it would be like still panning, but then level shot like from left to right as they talk, and it'd be constant motion.
Totally.
So let me think here.
Michael Bay is an auteur.
He is.
Well, his son gets away.
He does get away. They track the guy who he hired at gunpoint, kind of, through his social media and through the club, the different clubs in the areas, like social calendars.
Oh yeah.
And
so they go to a club.
It's another club scene, and like the young cops get in because they're young.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter that Will Smith is a handsome man in the most expensive Porsche they make.
Yeah, he still has to get let in by
the younger guy who looks like he's dressed out of the 80s. He's got some weird little round sunglasses.
It's kind of like a 90s. He looks... One of the main characters of this film is...
late 80s, or in that scene, he looks late 80s, early 90s Asian dude.
Yeah, early 90s. He's got round glasses, a vest, leather pants.
Yeah, it's...
weird parted hair, you know?
It's the kind of stylish that says, this is what Hollywood thinks is stylish right now.
But not even now,
Not even now, like
1992.
Right. I don't know. So basically, the guy gets away when they start dancing next to him. Like, when I say criminal, you say jail, criminal, jail. And then he just runs. Because instead of just grabbing him, they sing next to him. Like,
I know, that's so stupid.
He does a crazy maneuver. They steal a car and chase him down. And they shoot him with the rubber bullets in the face. Somehow. Like, he's driving away, but he still gets hit in the face. He has this huge welt that Martin Lawrence has to poke at.
Yeah, maybe they did like a quick turn or something like that. A U-turn, and then they shot him in the face.
I have no, they were behind his ass. They shot him in the back. I have no idea what the hell happened. Honestly.
It's probably just the editing right there.
It's just poor editing. But he calls his buds, his criminal friends in before that, and they start to shoot at him. And like the rest of this squad called Ammo, like awesome, massive memories organization. I don't know. There's some acronym for tactical operations, and they show up and they distract the criminals, and then they get out of the car they stole and get to a different bike that they steal, which is a bike with a sidecar for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
It has a whole bunch of guns in it, and Martin Lawrence is like, "I promise God I wouldn't kill anyone," and then Will Smith is giving him this speech like, "God gave you these machine guns, fire." And it's like it doesn't feel right because it's kind of shaky cam, but not like the shaky cam you're used to.
Yeah. See, Michael Bay, even though he does the shaky stuff, his stuff is still easy to get.
Yeah,
it's still pretty. You can still understand the action.
That someone's hitting somebody, someone's driving fast, and like you'd have like a lot of low shots of the vehicles in question again.
Yeah, Michael Bay. Say what you want. He puts a lot of love into his shots.
Yeah,
these shots were just shots.
He's good at Michael Baying.
Yeah.
One thing I did like is that this criminal, he's on his own motorcycle, and he takes his gun and shoots a car on a flatbed tow truck like 3 times, and it explodes with such force that it launches off the tow truck.
Yeah. That was one of those what the F moments.
It's like every car is like 3 bullets to like the wheel well away from exploding.
And imagine how dangerous living in this universe is.
Oh, incredibly dangerous. Like that's like 2 speed bumps away from like that. Like if you hit a speed bump at 50 miles an hour, you're dead.
Car gets detached,
yeah,
flies off and explodes.
Basically, yeah. And for some reason, like the kid's son, Will Smith's son knows what's going on, and he has time to get a helicopter and meet his accomplice on a bridge and drop the rope ladder. And Will Smith like jumps off a truck that's getting exploded onto that rope ladder.
Because he shoots like a grenade launcher at it, doesn't he?
Well, he shoots his like a rocket at the ground.
Yeah.
But Will Smith like detaches the sidecar, and the rocket passes in between them.
Yeah, and then
because turning would be not wise.
Yeah, when he detached the sidecar, he just left his friend
at the mercy of physics. Like, good luck, buddy.
You can't do anything.
It's like, yeah, he's just holding on to a machine gun, and he does like get out with the machine gun and distracts him a little bit, starts to shoot down the helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Will Smith has to let go after his son shoots his partner to shoot at Will.
Yeah.
And it's all sad and stuff, and they shut down the tactical air ammo. It's gonna drive me nuts. I have no idea what that acronym is. I don't really care.
I think it has Miami is in
Oh yeah,
one
it's
of
like
the M's.
I have no clue. Anyway, basically, Will Smith manages to get that guy's phone, track down like the numbers he's called, and apparently that dude's been calling his Will Smith's old baby mama.
Hmm.
And so like he figures out, oh, I had a girlfriend at my first like assignment. We had a kid. She invented Mike Lowry somehow.
Yeah.
Apparently, like this one investigation made the rich playboy cop that we know today.
As Mike
Lowry.
Lowry.
So Will Smith fucks off to Mexico to find his baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
And Martin Lawrence shows up on the same flight. Apparently, he knows all of the flight schedules going everywhere.
Yeah, I kind of like that they added a little bit of, kind of like how this bad boy situation would take place in today's civilization, today's day and age, because they shut down the investigation.
Yeah.
Because, well, I guess they would have shut it down after the first one. But they're like, this is 3 too many explosions in cities, like, chase scenes.
Remember the last big one where you had to go in, where you violated another country's sovereignty? You went to Cuba. Well, before that, you got into like a running gunfight with, like, what was it? Jamaican like land pirates with the DEA.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, that's one too many times, and you're going down the street in a sidecar and.
Yeah, they wouldn't ever let him on the damn case. It's like, no, you're not investigating your own attempted murder, dipshit.
But he's like, I gotta make this right. Gotta
turn it up.
I gotta turn it up.
You gotta go do your job. There are other criminals, like criminals who were vaguely connected to this crime, were willing to gun each other down during the day.
Yeah. So they shut down ammo. Understandably.
Very understandably. Like they failed miserably. Yeah. Like they arrested nobody.
Killed a bunch of people.
A lot of people died.
Caused a lot of damage.
Incredible. Like there was a bridge they were on when during that last bit that a rocket got fired into. Like this guy has military hardware and a helicopter pilot.
I know if that happened today, imagine on the news. We're like, cops had tried to attempt
running gun battle in Miami as cops attempt to stop a high-end assassin.
He was in a helicopter and he had a rocket launcher, but yet cops still pursued.
Yeah, like in a stolen motorcycle using non-police department issued weapons to engage the perpetrators without calling backup
in public. On a populated highway.
They didn't call in air support or anything. Like nothing. No one was on the radio. Like we need backup. We need air support. Like normally that's like most cop dramas are like this now, where it's like we need backup.
Officer Mike Lowry said, "I got this myself.
I got this.
I gotta take care of this on my own."
He was apparently investigating his own attempted murder in flagrant violation of police department procedures. Everyone's getting fired.
And he took along his former partner, who is no longer
technically is not on the force anymore. Many people are going to jail. Many people are fired without pension.
But they let him fly out of the country.
Oh yeah. Oh, and this is after like the police chief gets sniped in the throat.
Oh yeah.
he tells him some Buddhist like wisdom.
You'd think they'd be like, all right, stay off this investigation.
Yeah.
We're watching you. You're pretty much under arrest now.
Like, yeah,
Mike Lowry.
He's killed like 3 officials and almost killed you, and he has access to military hardware. We're all going underground. Like, nope.
It's like, no, I'm going to go to Mexico, and I'm going to make this right.
Well, the other thing is, like, during that sniping scene, why is this fat dude who's never in the military, this guy's spotter? He's sitting there like, when you have a spotter, that guy is usually the more experienced shooter. Yeah. And this guy's sitting there like, take the shot. Like, how do you know? You're a fat criminal who's never handled a long gun in your fucking life.
They make it up as they go.
They make all lies. Like, take the shot. Like, no, the humidity's bad. What? Yeah, there's like too much humidity. It's going to throw off my shot. And really, if I shoot through her, it's like this. How do you know the round's going to go through her?
Yeah.
Anyway,
no.
so yeah, he goes out of the country. He
But there's that scene where they're talking though.
Yeah.
So it's kind of realistic. They shut it down at least.
yeah.
And the scene where it's like, we ride together, we die together.
God,
and then
again.
someone on the flight was like, "What?"
No. It's that was the funny part because they were making everyone uncomfortable by talking about, like, shoot, I'm gonna put my son in the ground. Like, wait, what? It's like, can we switch these? Yep. Really, in this day and age, the flight would just be grounded. It's like, yeah, there are two people talking about murdering and dying.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, we're
We're gonna not take off.
Yeah, this flight is not leaving the ground. Everyone out. Oh, Jesus. Listen, the movie is fun, but it's just so dumb when you talk about it.
As if it were like a real story.
It's a real it's a real story. It's a story. No
Or
doubt.
if it were a real story that we saw, like, you're flipping through Facebook.
Right.
Apparently, airplane was grounded because there's
In
two
the news
guys.
today,
An airplane was grounded.
he is grounded because two people started talking about flying and dying and murdering their their children. More to follow on this one. So anyway, that was actually really funny.
Apparently, it's the cop from an earlier story.
An earlier story that, if you remember, he killed a bunch of German drug dealers, and then killed a bunch of Latin drug dealers, and then went to Cuba and started a small war.
He was responsible for the rocket launcher being
The
shot
rocket
at the
launcher,
bridge.
yeah. So
The Miami Bridge.
the bridge in Miami that a lot of people used to get to work that is now shut down, adding hours to commute time. What?
That guy.
That guy. Yeah, he's now flying. He's tried to fly to Mexico and started talking about murder. We think he has some mental issues. Like
He's in Mexico now.
he is not allowed back into the country. So basically, yeah, he meets up with somebody. We never get an explanation as to why he's giving him a bunch of guns and then saying we're even. It's like he didn't even say he did me a favor.
That was Bad Boys 2.8.
2.8.
Before 3.
Yeah, before 3. But then it doesn't even matter because he has like this CZ Scorpion, and the other guy has like a 911. Martin Lawrence is like a 1911, and then like the ammo shows up again, and it's like, you called them? It's like, yeah, I did. It's like, you feel better when they're here? So do I. We're begrudgingly respectful of each other, and
they need the cavalry. They need backup.
Apparently, the DEA has just a cache of guns deep in Mexico.
I thought it was just some guy you knew.
No, that was the first guy who got him just some hand weapons. But then ammo shows up and it's like, where'd you get all this hardware? DEA. They have a deposit of just automatic weapons in
Drug
another
enforcement.
country. Yeah, which in a country they have no authority in. It's not the CIA. And I'm like, fine, they need an excuse to have a bunch of guns and tactical gear, whatever.
I know, it was like the writers. Like, what do we say here? What do we say? Like,
DEA, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
they have guns, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, DEA. The drug, they're in Mexico, kind of.
Sure, yeah, why not?
Usually, like, at the borders, not, like, deep in the heart of Mexico.
Of another country that they have no authority in? No, but who cares? So they lay out the plan. Will Smith's the bait. He's gonna go in, and then everyone else is gonna follow. And Will Smith meets up with his former baby mama. She's bitter. Guess he chose the badge over her.
And they're doing the joke where they want to call her bitch, but she's a witch.
She's a yeah.
So like, I can't believe you fucked that witch.
Fuck that witch. He's talking.
If you're gonna fuck a witch,
you wear
a condom.
Wear a condom. Yeah. And God damn it. He's like telling one of the after credit scenes is like, hey, you fuck a witch. You gonna wear a condom, right? Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. And anyway, Martin Lawrence, they find nothing on thermal and no one's watched. There's no one around. What are we gonna? Okay, so it has to be a trap. And so then it turns out there's guys under like camouflage like ghillie suits with like a thermal layer. That's what that silvery stuff was, just in case you're paying attention.
Okay.
And they surround Will Smith and Martin Lawrence is at gunpoint with Will Smith's kid, and he's trying to tell him there's something you gotta hear, but then before he can say it, obviously, the other guys blow a hole in the wall and they get in.
And there's a big gunfight again.
There's another big gunfight, and there's like the ginger buff dude who's their computer experts. Like, he doesn't want to hurt people because he killed a guy who roughed up a woman when he was a bouncer.
Yeah, punched him and he killed him.
And
or
I do not give two shits about this guy's story, honestly.
I know, it sounds very tame compared to like the other shit that happens in the first movies.
Yeah, seriously.
And
like,
earlier in the movie that we're watching itself.
in the movie we were seeing itself, like he's like Will Smith is torturing a man.
I know.
So like, listen, you beat up a guy who roughed up once, like, oh, I never want to hurt, and then he's like, I need you to hurt people. I'll pay for the therapy. I'm gonna need it. I don't give a shit. And the gunfight's kind of lame, honestly.
I think they were just trying to talk. It was one of those movies. It was like, we're baby boomers. We're gonna talk shit about millennials.
Yeah, I don't
Look at this millennial ammo crew.
Yeah,
They
I know,
have to
right?
use rubber bullets because everything is weaker in millennial land. Remember when we actually killed people?
Yeah, remember that time? Well, they start killing people again. This part.
I know.
So it's fine. Listen, they make the statement, but then they move on.
But then they're like,
I can't do violence because it hurts my feelings.
they're like, I'm gonna need therapy after this. We're all gonna need therapy. We'll all take therapy together.
Together, we're gonna get in a big. Yeah, it's all weird. I have no idea what's going on here. God.
See, they're trying to make it realistic, but like.
But still, like action movie realistic.
So with this guy writing an article and it's like, I'm gonna talk about the time that I was with Mike Lowry. You may know him as guy who held up an airplane, who had a rocket launcher shot at the Miami Bridge.
Yeah, who
jumped out of a window and fought this one dude
yeah, there's
in a scuffle with the guy who's tried to shoot him.
You may know him as the guy who had a running gunfight on that same bridge where the rocket launcher was shot just several years ago against Jamaican land pirates.
I was involved in a shootout in Mexico in which 4 of us pretty much took out like 20 cartel.
Yeah, and somehow made it
members.
back without, starting an international incident. We're not sure how that happened. We called, they said medical help's on the way, but apparently medical help that didn't give a shit that there was a gunfight. I don't know. Anyway, after a certain point, they shoot down a helicopter that falls into the building they're in.
Then it's the showdown between
Will Smith and his son.
Yeah.
And the confession happens.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence is like, oh, this is some telenovela shit.
That's like Michael Bay just trying to take like
the
seriousness out of.
He consulted a lot, and
he's like, you see, it's getting too serious right here. Get Martin Lawrence to say something funny.
Will Smith wins at first by choking him, but then he lets him go. It's like, I love you, and I wish I was there. And then he gets his ass kicked, and the mom's like, you have to kill him. You must kill him. And it's like, is he my father? It's like, that does not matter. It's like, is it? Yes. And she points the gun, and he like kind of steps in the way, like what? And he gets shot by his own mom. And then I think, the chick that Will Smith is like kind of has the hots for, like the boss of Ammo. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm gonna kill her myself because obviously she still likes Will Smith.
Love triangle.
Oh yeah. Well, she closes that down to a love line when she murders the shit out of her with an automatic weapon.
And then she like falls off the balcony that they were
Lands on the helicopter that crashed and crunch.
Yeah, it's a flaming helicopter.
Yeah.
There's a fire down there that's not spreading.
It's not spreading, and it's also not rising up to engulf her either, so she's not cooking.
Yeah.
She stays rather pristine for being in a fire. Martin Lawrence almost falls off the thing. They do that thing where he's holding onto his arms and he's slipping.
But it's slipping because there's all this blood.
Oh no, I'm slipping. I feel my ass cooking. So I don't think you'd be saying that if you're about to die.
He's got jokes even when he's like near death.
He's that good a comedian. So he then his son shows up, like Will Smith's son, and he helps him out. It's like, listen, I can't say everything's gonna be all right, because they get out of the building and into the rain. They put the pressure on, start applying medical aid. It's like, I can't tell you everything's gonna be all right because you killed a lot of people.
But I can tell you that I'll be there.
I'll be there. Listen,
for your prosecution.
For your prosecution and some of the visitation hours.
And as a witness to all the murders.
All of them. Yeah, I mean, listen, you shot me. I saw you murder numerous people, so you're gonna answer for that. And like after they set up, like, Will Smith's helping out with the kid now with Martin Lawrence's granddaughter, so that I don't know why he needs to help out with the granddaughter. Like the parents just fucked off apparently. Like weeks later, after the marriage, after they had a kid, the kid is like 2 feet tall now. It's not like just some slug. Like where'd they go? Why does he? I'm just realizing this. Why do they need to take care of the kid?
Yeah.
This isn't even like they hand off to the grandparents, and then the grandparents hand it off to some guy who gets into gunfights, some coworker. He gets into gunfights all the time.
Yeah.
But apparently, yeah, the head of Ammo at the end becomes the chief of police, despite having failed miserably and had her department shut down. I guess you just fail up in the Miami PD.
Well, they actually brought someone in. Of the hundreds of people that they killed, they brought one person in.
Okay.
We brought him in. Hey, we got...
Oh, yeah, they got his son. Because he's in prison.
Imagine them walking into the police station. We got him. Like, all of that. You just got this one guy. Yeah, we got the guy.
Your kid who shot you, who you should not have been...
The whole thing was because you wanted to get him.
Really, the whole thing is because you fucked a crime lord's wife, who is also a witch.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, yeah, you're fired. And also going to prison. You tortured a man for information. Like, he's pressing charges. He had security cameras when you beat him with a meat hammer.
And he has aspirations to be a famous DJ.
To be a famous DJ who doesn't actually DJ. He just calls people out on stage. Anyway,
that's his dream. Everyone has weird dreams. I don't know why we brought that up real quick. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, long story short. So anyway, Will Smith shows up to his son in prison. Like, and it's one of those weird prison cells where you can walk around the whole, like...
And it was like some maximum, like, Marvel DC prison or something like that.
Like one cell, and you can walk around the perimeter of it and have a conversation.
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, I'm paying my debt. It's like, you want to pay a little bit of it now? I'm like, wait, you mean like faster? Because I just paid a little bit of it just by standing here because I'm in prison. That's how that works. It's like, I know you haven't brought in many people because you shoot them, but this is how this is how the justice system normally works. But basically, they're saying like there's going to be another Bad Boys. They're gonna totally try to set up the Ammo people, and this young gun is like, no, it's not.
Yeah, they're trying to do like a Fast and the Furious type thing, except
it doesn't have that kind of gravitas.
A less charismatic version,
right? Because yeah, you need like a whole crew of people that you can't give two shits about.
Yeah, it had to like have accrued over a series of films where it's like, oh, this person, then this person comes in.
But the problem is, yeah, these movies are so far apart.
Yeah,
there are more commentaries on them. Like that's why I heard a movie Bob talk about. Like there are more commentaries on themselves and than the times they're in.
Yeah,
like and the people, because the first one came out, and these people were like moderate stars. And then like all these people went through a number of like you know, their careers like took off and they kind of leveled out, maybe dipped a little bit, and then they said, oh yeah, let's come back to the well for another one, and they made another one of these, but then their careers took off again, or at least Will Smith's did, and that's why I don't know, like I have no idea why like he came back for this. It felt a little low budget, honestly.
A little bit, yeah. And the character that he's playing is not very Will Smith. Like, I feel... I don't know.
I don't know. Long story short, like, rent the movie. I got drunk for this, and I'm like, it's all right.
I do have a good memory of seeing, was it Bad Boys 2?
Oh, yeah, Bad Boys 2 was a ton of fun.
I was in the theaters with Luciano, and it was like just me and him, and a lot of car chases and explosions and stuff.
Right, and this didn't
a lot of, oh, shit!
Whoa.
And then it's like, whoa, 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 oh, shit! Another thing.
This was all like, oh, there you go, that happened. Yeah, that was good.
I was like, oh, that was kind of stupid. That would never happen in real life.
Yeah, you're sitting there like, listen, you need enough spectacle that you don't give a shit.
Yeah, I know.
Like, at a certain point, then you start, like, thinking, like, wow, like, that's just kind of a normal disaster, not like the Michael Bay and there are cars being kicked off a semi-truck car tractor trailer, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, long story short. This movie is okay. I'm not dedicating any more time to this. So that being...
Yeah, if you want to go see Bad Boys...
Don't go see it. Go rent it from a Redbox.
Unless you're one of those people that's like as big a fan of Bad Boys as you are of Star Wars,
yeah,
if that even exists out there...
I can't see. Okay.
Then you want to see this. But other than that...
Don't bother. Yeah. All right, so that being said, thanks for tuning in to the Transmit Podcast. I'm your host, Spike.
I'm Victor.
And we'll see you next time.
Can you imagine, like...